Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Wells. I'm the author of The Partial Sequence, the John Cleaver books, like I Am Not a Serial Killer, and also my newest series, Mirador. The first book is called Blue Screen. These are cyberpunk science fiction, whereas Partials is post apocalyptic. The Mirador series takes place in the very near future, in about 35 years. Cyberpunk is a cool subgenre of science fiction, things like Blade Runner and Ghost in the Shell, where we're primarily concerned with virtual reality, with internet connectivity, and with the blurring of the line between what is real human and what is technology, and where is that line, and should there even be a line at all. The main character of this book, for example, has, as you can see here, a mechanical arm. She lost her arm in an accident when she was 2 years old, so she has this prosthetic. Also, everyone in the series, almost everyone, has in their heads a computer. It's called a genie. And the genie does everything. It's inside of your head. It's directly connected to your brain and to your senses. And so it's like a smartphone, except always there. People can be constantly connected to the internet. They can watch movies through their eyeballs. They can just call people just with their head by blinking. And so we're always connected to everyone in the world. And it's really cool, but it also comes, of course, with a lot of problems. It was fun in this series to explore what that world would be like and what that kind of technology would do to society. So, in the first book, Blue Screen, which came out a couple years ago, there is a digital drug called Blue Screen that connects to your genie, and it basically crashes it the same way a computer gets crashed when it overloads or when it has a problem. And so by crashing your brain, it kind of gives you a buzz, and that's the effect of the drug, and it is allegedly totally harmless. But, I named the book after it, so obviously something big is going on there. Second book in the series is called Ones and Zeros. One of the very big things that's happened to society in the future of these books is that video games have kind of become as popular worldwide as regular sports. And we're starting to see a little bit of that today with esports, with things like League of Legends and Overwatch, where people who play video games professionally, first of all, people can play video games professionally. Second of all, those people are eligible for athletic visas. Japan is lobbying to get video games into the Olympics. So there's a lot of cool things going on with esports and video game sports. And so I used that in the book series as well. The main characters have their own video game team called the Cherry Dogs. And in book 2, Ones and Zeros, they go to a big tournament. But they quickly realize that the company sponsoring this tournament has got some really shady shenanigans going on, and so they use the tournament as cover to break into their servers, to hack in, and try to bring this evil mega corporation down. So that's book 2, Ones and Zeros, came out last year. The newest book comes out in 2 weeks, February 13th. You guys will be able to read Active Memory. And Active Memory is a little bit of a departure from the others. It delves pretty deep into biotech instead of just normal, computers and robots and that kind of stuff. So we get to explore a different direction of that. What does it really mean to be human, and how can technology change what a human being is and what a human being does? So, Active Memory, like I said, the main character, Marisa, she lost her arm in an accident when she was 2 years old. But that's always been a big mystery for her, because she doesn't know why she was in that car. It wasn't her family's car. The car that crashed and took her arm belonged to a mob boss, a man named Francisco Maldonado, who runs the Mirador neighborhood basically as a big crime family. She doesn't know why she was in his car, and no one will tell her. And so she's always wondered. That mystery is compounded by the fact that two families, her family, the Carnesecas, and on the other hand, the Maldonados, despise each other. There's a long-standing feud there. She doesn't know if the car accident caused the feud or if it existed before that. She has no idea, and no one will tell her the reason, because there's some kind of dark secret wrapped up in that. Finally, in book 3, we get to find the answers to those as she decides, screw this, I'm just going to investigate. So she goes deep into the lore and the family history to figure out what exactly is going on. It's a mystery, it is a ghost story, and it's got a lot of cool stuff. So that's that. Now, I want to let you also get caught up really quick on who the characters are in this series, because there's a lot of them and they're awesome, and I could write about these characters forever. So, main character, like I said, Marisa Carneseca. She is our hero, our heroine, our protagonist. She lives with a big family. I kind of decided so many young adult books have, a teenage character with no parents and no one to take care of them, so they're basically just a small adult. No, she's got a big family. She's got her parents, she's got a bunch of siblings, her grandma lives with them. They're always in the shower when she wants to use it. They're always getting in her business. And so in addition to everything else, she's got to deal with that while she's also trying to save the world or whatever. She is a great character in her video game team, the Cherry Dogs. She's kind of the healer. She's the support character. She's never in the spotlight. She's always in the background. That's kind of how she is in real life too. And so one of the things we get to watch in these books is how she kind of stretches herself and pushes that envelope and becomes the hero that she wants to be, which is a lot of fun. Her main best friend, who's also, on the cover of a lot of the books, is Sahara. Sahara is her best friend. Sahara is the queen bee. She is the spotlight. She is always out in front. She's the leader of the team. She's the leader of the pack in real life. She's got these, you see these little things? Those are nullies. Nullies are my word for little drones that run around and do stuff for us. She has 2 camera nullies that record her entire life and stream it in a live vidcast online. She's decided, since privacy is an illusion in the internet age anyway, why not make some money off of it? So she streams her entire life for everyone to see, which can sometimes complicate the fact that they're often committing cyber crimes and other things like that. So that's Sahara. She's a lot of fun. Their other big friend, who also lives there in Los Angeles with them, is Anya. Anya is extremely wealthy. Her father is the chief financial officer of Abendroth, which is a Nully company, one of the biggest Nully companies and robot manufacturers in the entire world. And so Anya is kind of upper crust, but she's very good friends with these kind of 2 girls from the poor side of town. Anya is also the wild card. She's the crazy one. She's the one who comes up with bizarre plans and weird ideas and different perspectives on how to attack a problem, which sometimes is very useful and sometimes causes lots of new problems because she never looks before she leaps. Now, they've also got 2 friends who do not live in Los Angeles. The internet makes distance essentially meaningless, especially when you have a computer installed directly into your brain. And so they've got a friend, Jaya, who lives in Mumbai, and Fang, who lives in Beijing, and they hang out with them all the time. They're on their video game team. They're members of the Cherry Dogs, and they've never met in person, but they're constantly together through phone lines, through internet. They do everything together. They're great characters as well. Now, there are a couple of dudes that they hang out with. Bao. Bao is one of Marisa's best real-life friends. He does not have a genie. He's one of the few people in the world who doesn't have a computer installed in his head. And he's also a thief, kind of an infiltrator, sneaks in and out of places. So he's a good friend to have if you decide that you're going to do something like fight against digital drug dealers or take down an evil mega corporation. So Bao's a lot of fun. We've also got Omar Maldonado. Now, if you remember the last names, Maldonado is the crime family. And her family and their family, they've been feuding forever. And so they're kind of frenemies. Marisa and Omar get along, but if their families ever found out that they were friends, there would be hell to pay. So Omar is kind of a gray character. It's very hard to tell what he really wants and what he's really doing. His family is kind of overtly bad, but Omar might be trying to be good, or he might just be lying to them. He's the silver-tongued devil of the group who sometimes is helpful and sometimes is not. So those are the characters and those are the books. They're great. I love writing them. And this one, like I said, comes out on February 13th. You can get Active Memory. So I hope that you guys love it. And check my website for all my calendar dates and events, and you can get it signed. Awesome. Thank you very much. Bye.